All right, so for the post-league wrap-up, um, honestly, not bad. The only game we lost was Ad Nauseam, which any other variant of this deck I would have fielded would have also lost to. Of course, Mono Green Tron, we have no idea how that third match would have gone. I don't know if the opponent had somewhere to go or if the opponent kept a bad hand by accident and just didn't want to play it out. Regardless, that could have been another loss. Blister Coil Weird is a lot better against Tron because hits the board faster, leads to turn 3 kills easier. Abbott is not a slouch. It is nice that you can play it on turn 2. Sometimes the 1 extra power does matter. I think that came up a few games. But most of the time, Blister Coil Weird is faster and therefore better. Yeah, also Obosh. Having access to Obosh against Mono Green Tron can be pretty strong because it opens up the possibility of you burning them out. Sometimes there's a board stall even if they have Worm Coil Engine. Sometimes they can't attack with it because you're threatening a lethal counter swing. You would think it's an auto loss, but Obosh has enabled me to win definitely some games against Mono Green Tron that I wouldn't have been able to if I didn't have Obosh, particularly in the sideboard games at Blood Moon, where they're more limited in how many powerful cards, how long it takes them to start casting powerful cards, and how many they can cast per turn. That being said, the nice thing about front-loading all the card advantage into the cards, as opposed to in the form of a companion, is that it definitely is not as you don't end up spending as much dead mana, so to speak, or like there isn't as much tapping mana and nothing happening. The card advantage is much more immediate in this deck, so there is that. Thankfully, Abbott generally revealed cards that I could play, so my fear of revealing Seasoned Pyromancers and Bone Crusher Giants when I didn't have 2 mana or 3 mana available, respectively, or, vice versa, but, enough mana to cast each one of them, that didn't really come to fruition, so that was good. Ratchet Bomb, I think showed itself to be probably where you want to be in mono red for dealing with pro red creatures, even if you're not playing Obosh, that is. There could be still some merit to playing Shattering Spree, even if you're not on Obosh. But Upgrade's still probably better. Just that little extra flexibility is very nice. That came in so critical in that first match against humans. It's funny how actually Abrade became so essential. I'm not exactly sure how the Obosh version would have done. The Kozilek's Return would have been better, probably, than the Ratchet Bomb, so there is that. But, yeah, but in general, though, I don't think Obosh is kind of a sitting duck to Reflector Mage. I generally have done pretty good against humans with all versions, but I kind of feel like my opponent's draws are particularly good. Ours were particularly clunky. I think we were stuck on 4 mana a lot in all the games. I remember not having access to all the mana, and a Relic, taking away a lot of the Firebolts and Pyromancers out of the graveyard. So, what can I say? I mean, in this deck, yeah, the card advantage is all loaded into the cards. I wonder if it's actually worth experimenting with this version a little more. I remember actually playing a companionless version of Prowess that was also not playing Bedlam Reveler before. In other words, I remember playing something like this before. I think actually the previous time I played it, I played a Bomat Courier instead of Seasoned Pyromancer. It's possible that actually might be better now that I think about it, and that would also open up Gigantha in the sideboard. Still some merit to Seasoned Pyromancer. It's more guaranteed card advantage. But, yeah, I mean, this just shows you there's a lot of different ways you can build this deck. I mean, this is essentially the same core as the Obosh Prowess deck. It just doesn't have Obosh. Yeah. I think I'm inclined to... I mean, we'll see, because next weekend, it's going, when I'm probably going to start playing again, there's going to be new cards in the set. So I'm not sure that this is a... Yeah. That being said, I guess as a placeholder, I'll put Bomat in the deck. I am thinking, though, yeah, and I think when I'm on Ratchet Bomb, I think it's worth it to play 3 Blood Moons, 3 Ratchet Bombs, 1 Jegantha. What's going to end up happening, I think, is that the new Chandra card is going to replace this Bomat Courier, and that's pretty much going to be what the deck... Oh, why is this in here? That was a mistake. Yeah. I'm looking forward to testing that new card, and I think that's probably what it's going to be like. Just replace this with that new card. And then I can play Jegantha, still have a lot of card advantage. I guess we'll see. In retrospect, probably this would have been slightly better. Having access to a companion is pretty strong. Then I'm back to Jegantha Prowess. Well, anyway, again, there's a lot of different ways you can build this deck, so until next time, and I keep forgetting to say this, but don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification to be notified when I upload new videos. Till next time.